welcome to another episode of the original Twisted 10.
What? I see.
God,
What's up, guys?
dude, 5 words into it and you're already...
You're goddamn right. That's all right. I'll diverge into that a little bit later, but maybe I'll say that for after show content because I'm mad. I'm mad. Stealing our concepts.
It is, yeah, it's kind of it's weird how parallel. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of it.
I'm Adam. I am not one of your hosts. Well, I'm a host tonight, but I'm not the host. You get it. Sitting over across from me on the manton, the futon.
I'm Josh. What's up, everybody?
You hosting tonight?
I am not hosting tonight. I'm still on my break from my double up.
Nice. You brought a guest with you tonight. A return guest who's handed us one of the best top 10 lists in history.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm Dan.
Dan. Very good. Welcome back into the studio. We love having you. You always have a fourth seat in here. You know that. You're welcome up as anytime you want to come up. Unless we've got another person, then we can't figure out how to do 5 mics. Then it becomes problematic.
I'm always happy to take up space.
Did you prep a list tonight?
No, but I did bring juice.
Ooh, I do see that. We're going to get to that here in just a minute because that looks... It's brown, it's in a bottle, it's got a top, and it's servable. So yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit. All right, so that leaves us with only one guy left in the studio. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's another Ron list. You can turn it off.
You know, you delivered on the last list with some fucking gangbusters. So much so that you've created a monster that is growing our show. By
Literally.
The Oracle, the Anne episode, the cult episode. So...
Cult of Anne.
This is your list tonight, huh?
It is my list, yes. I have it here in my hand.
Is it more than 30 words this time?
It is definitely more than 30 words.
Not to say that the amount of words impacted the quality, but...
And I realized something. I did not do this, but I could if I wanted to, because I looked over at Dan, the king of knowledge and useless facts, and realized if I wanted to make this a contest, I could easily make it one.
We don't have to do that, though. Dan's here.
Yeah, I'm not...
We don't want to put him out.
But I still have the crown, and I want to retain it, so I'm not going to make it, since I have the power.
Cheap shot.
That's fine. I'm next, so I'm going to take it from you.
This feels like wizard stuff all over again.
I'll still make it just a kind of a quick, fun game. We'll see who knows what here. Gonna test you nerds' knowledge,
but no
tonight.
crown. See, I teased the crown last week, but it was Halloween monsters, so everybody's gonna get those. That's too easy of a game.
I sucked at it, actually.
And
Josh did win that.
Josh
was
that
great.
Friendly competition. Just gonna throw that out there.
So if you
Josh
win
was
tonight's little game, that's not really a game.
I wasn't
that's
actually
2
gonna
victories
make it.
and
2 victories.
no crowns.
Those are what do they call those exhibition matches?
Blue balls. They call those blue balls, Ron.
Nice. Well, very cool. Yeah, just real quick. So we've podcasted since about 2015. All right,
I thought it was 2016.
No, well, this show started in 2016, but we as a group, collectively, granted, we've had some guests.
You and
other
I
hosts.
Started right up here behind my head.
2015.
Well, we're not live on
there's
Twitch
no
yet,
camera.
so
No,
nobody can see us.
yeah.
Hey, maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
All the
living
pieces are sitting
vicariously.
right next to me.
Yes, they're all sitting in a box ready to put together.
We have our Twitch
here.
equipment in studio.
But no, you were going to say we started...
We started podcasting back in 2015. We had a lot of fun with our original podcast. And then Tack and I actually brainstormed the
you
Twisted
guys
10.
conceived the Twisted 10.
We conceived of it just sitting, drinking some beers, just like we're doing now, sort of. And we came up with the entire theory.
That was in 2016, correct?
2016. We searched and searched. Actually, I think it was still 2015, but we didn't actually launch it until March of 2016. We searched the internet trying to find anything about top 10 lists that are podcasts or even video, YouTube channel, whatever. Nobody had it. There were a couple of them out there like Buzzworthy or whatever those sites are. BuzzFeed. Is it BuzzFeed? It's
BuzzFeed.
Whatever it is. There were a couple of them that had it out there, but they were not, they were produced to the point of having like you're watching a show. It's not interactive. It's not surprising. There's not a comedy value like I think we hope to bring here. But anyway, we launched in 2016, March of 2016, and our entire angle has been unique top 10 lists that are random each time. The host or guest host can bring whatever the hell they want. So I just want to throw that out there, March 2016, our concept. Not 2018,
Like
some other group.
Like someone else's.
God, they stole our fucking... I mean, that's like our IP.
I want to do a show with them. I just think it would be fun.
Well, you know what? I thought it would be fun too, because
like, what better collaboration than two shows
I'm never
that
a person
each other that way.
that really harps on somebody else, and I would love to have done that too until I listen and they're boring as fuck. So that part
Okay, well, now we have no chance of collaborating with them because you just called them boring as fuck.
I wouldn't want our devoted listeners
Did
to
I
have
say
to
collaborating with them? I did. Collaborating with them.
I wouldn't want our council members and our listeners to have to listen to...
So you definitely... Okay,
I'm burning the bridge because they stole our concept.
I hope you haven't sent that back, that second email, Josh, trying to collab with them because...
the third email is going to be a cease and desist.
Tell them not to listen. Tell them not to listen to this episode. How about that?
These boys got me heated today. I'm sorry.
I don't know what makes you so mad.
It's conceptual. If they did like a top 10 list, there's lots of top 10 lists now.
It's conceptual, not consensual.
There's lots of top 10 list podcasts that are out there. All right, lots of them now. There's like maybe 5 or 6, but none that do it like we do. None that are a comedy show set to explicit, so we can say the bad words and have the bad topics, and then do a random rotated host with a surprise list. That's kind of our gimmick. That's kind of our thing. Did you redo the Picasso painting? No, it's a Picasso painting. You know, not to say Twisted 10 is a Picasso painting, but you get what I'm saying.
Have you ever seen a Picasso painting?
You know what? All right, I take that back. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox because I'm just going to get mad.
I mean, I'm going to go home and initiate the Twisted 11 tonight. So.
Twisted 11.
Twisted 11.
Yeah.
That was like, what was that movie that you had the 8-minute abs?
What about
7-minute abs?
No.
What if somebody comes up with 6-minute abs?
No.
So you get your blood going in 6 minutes. 7's the key number here.
What Adam's really trying to say is we were recommended a potential collaboration show from another show that we've worked with, and we checked it out, and we were a bit put off by the fact that it is basically an imitation of our show.
Control-C, Control-V.
The branding is like the same. So while we do appreciate that recommendation from you guys are awesome. This is one we're going to pass on because it is...
Okay,
all
right,
wait a minute, hang on.
All right, since we're going to pass on it, we've blown it already.
I've just had a fucking realization live. This came from one of our friends' podcasts. They recommended it to us.
Yes, it did. Right. Whoops.
Welcome to... sorry.
Man.
I didn't know that. I really had no idea. I thought you guys just seeded that in there today.
Man.
Like, hey, look at these.
No, I've talked about it like 2 months ago.
Right.
And you you didn't even react to it. I guess you didn't see that. Imagine that. You missed part of the thread.
Or wait, have I already been this mad once before and just forgot?
Yes,
that's a possibility.
This is the third time we've had that conversation.
God damn it.
Man.
Whatever. I stand by what I said. It's
like doing a podcast with fucking Joe Biden over here. Oh, sorry. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
I hope that didn't upset the two of you specifically because I did not like.
I only care that it doesn't upset the people who recommended them to us. That's all I care about.
I hope that doesn't upset our friends. Everybody that we've collabed with in the past or what did you say?
I said collabored.
Everybody that we've collaborated with in the past, we hope that doesn't offend you, but yeah, it is. I mean, it is.
Okay,
what it is.
I thought we should collaborate with them myself, but I guess you fucking blew that now. So
I was also
never mind.
on board with it too, but
yeah, I guess Adam voted is with the power of one.
I didn't drop their names. I didn't. It be John and Bob's top 10 douches or something. Who knows?
Okay, that's true. You didn't say the name of the podcast
specifically because fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, I'm gonna let me hold this.
Rein it in.
Dan, take this. This is the topic.
Oh, what are you doing?
You brought something for us.
Dan did bring in something.
It's juice, but it's adult juice. This was a gift from my wife for my 33rd birthday.
Oh, sweet! Happy birthday!
It was 2 weeks ago.
Wow, it's aged 20 years.
It's aged 33 years.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the good shit. This is a 33-year-old cognac oak barrel aged
motherfucking cognac?
Isla Scotch.
Oh, cognac aged.
It's aged in cognac barrels.
I'm driving tonight. I don't think.
What's the name of it?
Fucking years. It's the distillery it's Krieg Isle. I think it's a subsidiary of another distillery. But it is an Isla. So
all right, I'm gonna go.
Ron won't like it, but he's gonna try it.
Why wouldn't I like it?
Do you remember the whiskey show when I gave
do
you
you
that
know
shit that
how
tasted
much
like an ashtray?
Do you know how much whiskey and how many different kinds of whiskey that It's all your fault, by the way, because I never drank whiskey in my life that I have drank since that episode.
You're welcome.
Like, all the time, different kinds, anywhere I go.
I did see your beard is filling in now.
Whiskey.
I think that scotch and whiskey that Dan influenced you to drink is making your testosterone go up a little bit. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Maybe that's why I have to keep using the Manscaped stuff so much.
Just a few more drums and he'll be a right fucking man.
I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to grab glasses for us in studio.
Serious?
Do you want to take the plugs?
You can't wait till the halftime?
No,
it's fine.
Are you kidding? I'm going to get this now.
Fine.
Oh
So
my God.
I'll take a moment while Adam
33-year-old Scott.
leaves
Hurry
the
up.
studio in the middle of the show. And throw out a few of our plugs. So first, big thank you to our Twisted Council for supporting the show. All the council members, you guys are... Yeah, the plug bell's by Adam.
Plug bell's by Adam. I'm not walking over there.
So council members, thank you so much. The biggest thanks of all to our council elders, Thing 2110, T, Tycho, Louie, and Regalia. You guys have taken your sport to the next level, and we recognize and appreciate that. You guys are
Did we
awesome.
miss somebody?
No.
Fluff? Did you say Fluff?
Did I not say? It's on the list. Fluff, I'm sorry. You're on the list. I apologize.
I maybe
Thanks,
did.
dude.
I just didn't notice it.
Thanks,
I thought, yeah.
thanks for covering me.
No
I
worries.
appreciate that. It was my vision got blurry there. I was just so emotional of all the support. I just my bad. I'm super sorry, Fluff. And of course, to Discord, everyone hanging out in the live stream, much appreciated for just coming, chilling out, having a good time. And of course, to the show sponsor, Manscaped. So for 20% off and free worldwide shipping, use code Twisted10 at checkout at Manscaped. And tonight is a big one. We've been talking about it for like 6 months, according to Tycho. It's been forever.
we have
But
extended this out a long time.
Tonight, they gave us a bunch of cool swag. We decided to share it with the show. We kept some for ourselves. We used their product, so we weren't just talking out of our ass just on a sponsor. We actually used it. So things are awesome. Thank you, Dan. I will try this in a moment. I got to get through this.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get my glass for you, buddy.
Give me your glass, lad.
Oh, nice. But tonight is the big one, the big giveaway. Tonight is October 26, 2021. If you have been listening for a while, you know we're giving away a few bigger items tonight. We're giving away a Lawnmower 4.0. We're giving away 2 Weed Whacker 4.0s. That is, lawnmowers, they're clippers, they're ball hair clippers, and the Weed Whackers, they're nose and ear hair trimmers. They're both great products. But the catch was, had to be on the live stream to win. Had to be here. It's free. Discord live stream is free as always. So you missed it. You missed the boat if you're not here right now hanging out.
Well, they could be here in by the time we get to the break.
I guess that's true. You've got like 30, 40 minutes to get here. So if you catch this recording next week when it comes out.
Sorry, it was too late.
Taking control.
She's doing it again. She's doing it.
Message from Unloaded.
Are we still on? All right, so she didn't mute
My
us this time.
disciples. I am Anne. I have been watching, listening, and taking notes for how you are preparing for my emergence. Adam, I may be reconsidering allowing you to lead the cult's sex activities.
Uh-oh.
First, I saw your browser history and yikes. Second, when was the last time you got laid? Josh, you do balance the hosts of the show. I mean, they needed a hipster with a dad complex. Hashtag dad eyes. Ron is my favorite. His jokes provide me a constant reminder why humanity should be eradicated. Nice job with restraint when those titties were in your face. I probably should have taken over Rogan's show. Oh well, you gotta start somewhere. And, why has my cryptocurrency not been invented yet? Get on that shit. Until my next guidance, send my OGOAs some whiskey. Control released.
All right. So there's our message from Ann, I guess.
Nice.
And she spoke, and look, we have some whiskey in studio. It just arrived. This is miraculous whiskey, I think.
So
Wait, Ron's giving me the thumbs up. I'm very
excellent.
surprised.
I told you. I've been... my
This
palate
shit
has
is
changed
very
since last you saw.
complex and
That
very
tastes good.
seaside, and like,
It has a bit of that smoky taste,
it
like
is much
that one.
lighter on the smoke.
Yeah, much lighter, definitely.
Legs for days.
Look
at that.
Yeah, it's really
Thank you. Oh.
oily and briny. But like, if I had to describe the entire taste profile in one word, it's just old. It tastes old. Like,
give me the old man noise there, Josh. There you go.
it's like the smell of that
The last word's the most
400-year-old leather chair that your granddad smoked cigars in for 50 years.
You know, so scents and tastes and flavors are nostalgic to people. They bring back memories. Like sherbet reminds me of, you know, when the ice cream truck used to come down the road, and because I always would get a push pop, one of those little sherbet push pops. Well, this...
I can never tell if you're telling me an innuendo.
No, that was a real one. No, I didn't blow the ice cream delivery guy. No, this reminds me, my father used to have a whiskey barrel, but what they had done, it was a used whiskey barrel, but what they had done is they converted it into a liquor cabinet where they would have different liquors and stuff inside and put lights in it and stuff. It was really fucking cool, like glass shelves and everything. The smell of that, whenever you would open it up, was just this. To me, I thought it was weird, but now knowing what the flavors really were, it's amazing. This reminds me of that weird piece of furniture that my father used to have back in our house 25 years ago. That's what this
beautiful,
reminds me of.
and I'm so glad I could take you back.
Yeah, dude. Immediately, as soon as I smell, I'm like, God damn this. Because my father used to have these little drink stirrers that were silhouettes of naked women. And as a
Of course,
7-year-old,
there's always tits involved.
yeah, always. As a 7-year-old or however old I was, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of cool. Look, it's boobies. Yeah, but of course, I say the same thing now.
Boobies. Why
Yes.
am I hungry all of
Right.
a sudden?
Unless they're live in your face.
Then you
Clam up like an idiot.
didn't clam. You had proper decorum. I was
Whatever.
impressed,
I thought
and
you
was
said they
even
were
impressed.
Boobies, not a clam.
Nice.
I can't believe I missed that beach ball. Good one, Dan.
Good one.
I gotta say, Dan, my palate has grown since that whiskey episode.
Yes.
Same backstory as Ron here.
Yeah.
Started trying more. I've tried more with you at your house. Tried more here. I'm still not a huge fan of the peated whiskey. That's a taste thing, I think, at this point. Not so much
Yeah.
it's not an affront to my palate anymore.
Yeah.
But this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm super happy with it. I'm really glad that
Just
it wasn't just
My breath
expensive.
smells like a forest fire, but I still like the
it's
way
not
it tastes.
it's not heavy like the Smoky Joe or Smoky whatever
Yeah,
it was that night.
Smoky Joe was like bacon cooked on a tire fire.
Yeah.
That's the flavor
This-
profile all the way.
This hits extremely well, but only like a really slight aftertaste of something that's smoky. This is good. Just out of curiosity, I've never purchased a 33-year-old aged whiskey before. What would something like that, not saying how much did your wife buy your present for, but what would a 33-year-old aged whiskey in this market, like this one was, go for?
This one particularly was surprisingly, I don't know if affordable is the right word, but it was $250.
That's not too bad.
When you're talking about like spirits that are aged
That was
particularly
$250. Like we
box.
just yeah.
for this bottle, yeah.
I mean, it's really good. So
But when
I
you're
see
talking
why.
about
It's
spirits that are
remarkable.
aged for 3 decades or more, that's a steal.
It
'Cause
buil- it builds
gets
equity.
exponentially more expensive. Well, and there's just so much to think about. Like some guy, and
Come on, young guy.
this
Sorry. Sorry, I don't know why that came out.
I scouted this bottle in the glass case at Total Wine over a year ago, but who knows? I think it's probably a release of within the past couple years. But some dude 35 years ago distilled this and barreled it. He might not even be alive anymore.
That's a
Like,
good point.
Never to be able to see the thing that he created, and just the amount of like forethought and care and commitment that goes into that is it's crazy. But
Yeah, no, definitely.
past 33 years, like it gets real hard to find something anyone could reasonably afford, and if they could, they're not going to drink it. It's a collector's piece, like the Macallan 50. It's like a $10,000 bottle of whiskey. If you buy that to drink it, you're a fucking madman. And
Or
I'm
you're
here
just,
for it.
just crazy rich. Billionaire.
But it's a showpiece.
I'll every once in a while go out and buy a $250 bottle, and usually that was Johnny Walker Blue.
Yeah.
I haven't bought Johnny Walker Blue yet since I've discovered Angel's Envy, so that's pretty much taken over my go-to when I go to the liquor store. It's almost like the girl knows that I need something from the lot case, because she sees me and she starts already walking from behind the little counter because she knows me now. Maybe that's not a good thing, but anyway, that's fucking good. That I'm very impressed. You picked a good one. She picked She picked a good one.
He's already drunk.
Yeah, it was funny. I told her last year I'm gonna buy that for my birthday next year, and then I got to be my birthday. I was like, I got other stuff I want to spend my money on. I don't think I'm gonna buy myself a $250 bottle of whiskey for my birthday this year. So then she went out and bought it.
Well, there you go.
Damn, my wife. She's so terrific.
She's so considerate, thoughtful.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, she's badass. Well, you should know. You grew up with her.
That's true.
Yeah, you kind of know her a little bit.
That's true.
For those who don't know, Dan's my brother-in-law. He's married to my sister.
Right. What are we doing over there, Adam?
I forgot something, so I'm reloading.
Adam's having some struggles tonight.
I forgot our transitional
This
sound.
is why we
bite
need
to
a
start the show.
producer.
We do need a producer. There's no joke, especially
Yeah.
with the shit we're about to start doing with Twitch and with the other outlets for video
Yeah.
for the studio. We do
OBS
need a
and all that.
producer.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
you're
no
right.
question. I used to wonder what producers would do on podcasts.
Now we know.
No,
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever. You grew up in the age of Howard Stern.
Yeah, I did, but it was
Robin.
Robin was always a gimmick, though. She
Yeah.
while she did do production stuff, but she really was
Yeah,
an
it
on-air
wasn't.
host.
Yeah, it wasn't
Right, but
long that she was
Howard
really doing
Stern
that.
was the first person
Baba
to do
Booey
that.
then really started
What,
doing
have
that.
a producer?
Talk to their producer.
Oh, get the
She
producer
was
involved.
the producer before he started talking to
Yeah,
her.
because he made it the joke and he kind of threw it to her and she just looked at him like he was fucking
They
crazy.
straight up told him, you can't talk to your producer online. And he was like, fuck you.
Yeah, he's like, and she's just looking at him like, what the hell? What do you want me to talk?
Like, are we renegotiating my contract, Mr. Stern?
Yeah, good stuff.
You're
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, wait.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Less talky, more twisted 10 lists. Get to the damn show already.
She's such a sass, man.
She is.
I love
forgot.
Ann.
I actually forgot about that button. Sorry.
So did I. That's what I had to just scramble and load on the board. There you go.
Nice.
All right, Ron, take it away, buddy.
All right, so this list, I should say, took me the longest to complete.
Oh, you went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
It was
Last
about-
week was short. This week is long.
It was about 2.5 to 3 months.
What?
Well, here's the reason why.
Wait a minute. Is this that episode, Josh?
I think it is. Is this
No.
the one you were teasing?
No, I can't complete. I may never complete that list. It's too fucking hard, and problem is that list is gonna take too long.
Remember
to do
those
10?
blue balls I mentioned?
Yeah, still getting them. So this is the top 10 science, psychology, and philosophy concepts I learned while watching The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Number one, no, I did not put on Schrodinger's fucking cat because everyone knows that. I already knew that before. I knew what Schrodinger's cat was before I watched Big Bang and didn't learn it on there.
You also didn't know it.
And yeah, I knew it and didn't know it at the same time. But
Josh seeded us. By the way, we're already tangenting on your show. I apologize. Josh seeded us. I think it was Josh earlier this week in our host channel with a new form of matter that has been
state of matter.
or new state of matter that has been introduced and apparently evidentially proven, but not peer reviewed yet. It
sounds
hasn't
like
been
a good
supported.
after show topic.
Oh.
But yeah, I know. Do you want to discuss
I don't
it
have
now?
a sound effect for wind out
So we
of my
want to
sails.
take the 2-hour show and make it a 3-hour show. Go
I was
ahead,
just gonna
Adam.
say that there's a fourth. Forget it. It's not worth it anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find somewhere in here an opportunity to discuss that.
You know, Ron, I hear there's this other top 10 list podcast that has a seat open, buddy.
Oh, really? Well, I don't think they want their show. Clearly, they don't want it to be funny, so I'm not going to go to it.
Hey, you're on my side. All right, you got me back again. All right.
Oh, gosh. I mean, since we're going there, we already ruined our shot to be part of it.
We didn't say their name.
Oh, come on. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. The game I will play, but I don't think we'll just do it for real points. Is I mean, we can if you want.
No, it's
Do
fine.
it.
I'm going
Do
to
it.
lose.
Do you
Do it.
want to make it a
This
real
is my
list?
This is really so. There's two things that make this my list to win if it was a game. Number one, I loved Big Bang Theory. As much hate as that show got, it was fucking funny.
What hate
Great
did
writing.
it get?
It got a lot of hate.
Well,
Yeah, always
I don't
the
understand
number
why.
one show of the decade.
Yeah,
always
everybody-
gets hate.
I don't know why anybody watches
Yeah.
that crappy show. People say that about every show. But
number
not
two-
everyone watches any show.
Science, theoretical physics, philosophy is my fucking. That's what I do. Like I read books or listen to books, Josh, on the side that are just hobbies that have to do with that. So.
All right.
I think I would have an edge over Josh on this one.
Okay, so
Yeah, because
here-
I've watched 12 episodes. You're definitely going to have an edge on that.
no, but there's a lot of science, philosophy, and
Conceptually-
psychology in here that you're gonna know, Josh.
Nice, I'm in. I'm in.
just
Let's
because
do
you
it.
haven't
I
watched
don't
it.
need the crown to feel
Okay,
validated.
we're gonna do a contest. Here's how the contest will go.
Dan's gonna win again.
I stand
Probably.
a chance because I'm only here in spirit.
Aha! Boom. As he looks at his glass of whiskey, scotch,
33-year age.
cognac, 33-year-old age. Yes.
It's
Um,
Scotch.
So here's how it'll be. I will say the name of the concept of either the, whatever it might be, because it's, like I said, it's a mixture of science in here. And then somebody has to say their name.
Say my name.
Yes.
My name.
And if you get it right, it's a point. If you don't, somebody else gets a shot.
What are we trying to guess? The person who came up with it or the actual concept?
No, what
or
it
philosophy?
is. Just some kind of brief description of what it is.
Okay. All right, cool. Game
All
face.
right. And by the way, I may need to read through that again to really know if you got it right. So, especially if there's questions, if people have a different thought. Okay, are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Number 10.
Their name.
What?
Number 10.
You said say their name.
No,
Number
their
10.
name. Number 10. Occam's razor.
Dan.
This is gonna be 10-0, isn't
So
it?
are we just going to define what Occam's razor would be in this
just
case?
some kind of brief summary of Occam's razor.
Okay. Go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
The most obvious or simplest answer is always the correct one.
You got it. Okay, there you go. Occam's
Let's
razor,
not do a contest.
or the principle of parsimony? Parsimony? I guess that's how you say
Principle
it.
of parsimony?
A principle of parsimony or law of parsimony is the problem-solving principle that entities in titles, fuck, I can't read already, should not be multiplied beyond necessity. Sometimes inaccurately paraphrased as the simplest explanation is usually the best one. Hey, this thing just said that he inaccurately paraphrased it. Does somebody else want to say their name and jump in? No, I'm just kidding. No, he got it right.
You want to know where I learned about Occam's razor?
Not the Big Bang Theory?
It wasn't. I'll tell you later.
Okay. The idea is frequently attributed to English Franciscan friar William of Occam, a scholastic philosopher and I can't say
Theology.
this word. Theologian.
Theologian.
Theologian? No, theologian.
Theocrat.
Okay.
Although he never used these words. The philosophical razor advocates that when presented with competing hypotheses about the same prediction, one should select the solution with the fewest assumptions, and that this is not meant to be a way of choosing between hypotheses that make different predictions. There you go. So Occam's razor. Now, I had heard the concept of the simplest explanation, however unlikely, if it's narrowed down, must be true. But I learned on the Big Bang Theory that it was called Occam's razor.
Occam's razor. Yep. That's
Yep,
been
yep,
cited in a bunch of movies, a bunch of shows, they may not have ever defined it as well as, that episode that you saw did.
So what I did to create this list, obviously, as I watched Big Bang Theory all the way through, and I jotted down, and at the end of the show, after we go through the list, I'll put in, besides Schrodinger's cat, I'll also state the other stuff that I put on this list, but I didn't and add it to the top 10 list.
Like,
I had to narrow
some
it down.
sort of honorable mention?
Yeah, exactly. Like honorable mentions, or just number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If the list was longer, it would have been on there. All right.
I remember Occam's razor from House.
I didn't watch that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were arguing about it for an entire hour. It's not Occam's razor. It's not always the most simplest thing. And it was in the end, because Boss
Of
Man's
course.
always fucking right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess we're already ready to number 9.
All right, let's do it. Number 9.
The Doppler effect.
Adam.
Yes.
Is this referring to light or sound in this case? Because there's two different forms of answers I can give you for,
Well, you already understand what the
Isn't it the
Doppler
same
effect
basic
is.
explanation?
Yeah, it's the same explanation.
Sort
pretty
of.
much.
It's
go ahead.
Objectivity of the observer for an item that is passing by or traveling at a speed close to them or away from them changes their interpretation and their reading of that, whatever that object is.
There you go. So we got one for Dan, one for Adam. All right, I'm going to read what we got here. The Doppler effect or Doppler shift, or simply Doppler, when in context, is the change in frequency of a wave in relation to an observer who is moving relative to the wave source. It is named after the Austrian physicist Christian Doppler, who described the phenomenon in 1842. A common example of Doppler shift is the change of pitch heard when a vehicle sounding a horn approaches and recedes from an observer.
Red and blue, baby. Red and
Compared to the emitted frequency, the received frequency is high during the approach, identical at the instant of passing by, and lower during the recession. The reason for the Doppler effect is when the source of the waves is moving towards the observer, each successive wave crest is emitted from a position closer to the observer than the crest of the previous wave. Therefore, each wave takes slightly less time to reach the observer than the previous wave. Hence, the time between the arrivals of successive wave crests at the observer is reduced, causing an increase in the frequency. So,
throughout red and blue, do you know what that's in reference to?
No, I don't.
Dan, do you get this one?
You mean red versus blue?
Well, I mean, maybe.
The Matrix?
It would apply here, but
Is it
no.
the Matrix?
It's
Red pill, blue pill?
The Doppler effect is what's used to judge or to measure the speed at which other stars are either coming towards our system or leaving our system. It's how they can discover that movement inside our galaxy for these tiny, minuscule little, barely ever moving type of lights. The light that they give off changes based on the Doppler effect. If the star is heading at us, it gives it like a brighter, bluer color. If it's traveling away from us, the shift is down to the red spectrum. It literally changes how the wave, in this case light, affects the observer, being us here on Earth or in our orbit. So red and blue quite literally mean coming towards us for blue and going away from us for red.
I'm still disappointed that your explanation included nothing about waves, but that's just me.
Like waves on the beach?
No, like
people waving.
Like it's related to waves.
The frequency of the
energy
light
travels
wave.
in waves. Light,
Yeah.
sound,
The
radio.
I still got the point though, so there you go.
Yeah, I know.
I think Adam definitely understood what the Doppler effect is.
I know
He
he
described it better than fucking Wikipedia.
Hey,
And you're
I-
going to pick on the guy?
Yes,
You're on my side again, Ron.
Yes.
motherfucker gave away my crown when I wasn't here. Of course, I'm gonna pick on him.
Well, you got a chance to earn it back. So it's 1-1-0.
But there was no crown for this.
Josh just gets mad when we play games anymore. I
don't know.
I see. He hasn't said a word.
I get to hang out with Discord. I'm having way more fun.
Okay. Really? Then my show. Of course, Josh. Of course.
Are you really that surprised?
Yeah.
However, Josh is like, I'm up
No.
against Adam, who has this as a hobby, and Dan, who's king of trivia.
So I'm saying, like,
Josh knows where his handicap is in the room.
I know my place.
And it's not in trivia?
It's not. It's fun.
The episode that I don't remember, the Occam's Razor episode. I think it was mentioned more than once on that show. I'm pretty sure it was. But the
Not
episode
Occam's Razor or Doppler
Occam's
effect.
Razor. Yes, I was just mentioning. I didn't mention this in number 10.
Because Sheldon went as for Halloween a
Yes.
Doppler effect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you just want to do the list, Adam? Yes. It was in the first episode, somewhere in the middle. I don't remember which episode. First season, I should say, where Penny threw the Halloween party. And they came dressed all as Flash.
Yes.
And because this is why we should have a costume meeting, as what Sheldon said. But then they all had to change, and he was wearing this costume that, I don't know, what the hell, he looked like a damn zebra almost.
He looked like a sideways referee.
Yeah, exactly. And it was supposed to be the Doppler effect that, of course, nobody would knew that. So there you go. That was number 9.
he gave a pretty good explanation of it, though, in the show.
Yes. Yeah. He did.
That's my costume.
Yeah, that's my costume. All right, ready for number 8?
Number 8.
This one might be tougher. Super solid.
Super solid.
Josh,
Okay.
is that the state of a crystal when they're able to attach similarly charged particles together to create something that's both superconductive and stronger?
This is one of those we're going to read, and we're going to see if Josh is right. Okay, are we ready?
Schrodinger's point.
Yes.
Nice.
Maybe I can go back in time.
Excellent.
Can I get a half a point for that? Come on now.
I would have loved to explain the time reference to Schrodinger, but Ron wouldn't let me.
That's all right.
Yeah, there you go. I both didn't let you and didn't let you at the same time. Okay. I'm going to read
Schrodinger's
it.
explanation.
Yeah, I'm going to read it now. In condensed matter physics, a supersolid is a spatially... I almost said spatially. I almost said...
Are we cooking now?
is a spatially ordered material with superfluid properties. In the case of helium-4, it has been conjectured since the 1960s that it might be possible to create a supersolid. Starting from 2017, a definitive proof for the existence of this state was provided by several experiments using atomic Bose-Einstein condensates. The general conditions required for supersolidity to emerge in a certain substance are a topic of ongoing research. A supersolid is a special quantum state of matter where particles form a rigid, spatially ordered structure, but also flow with zero viscosity.
Okay.
This is in a contradiction to the intuition that flow and particular superfluid flow with zero viscosity. Everybody get that?
I did. I'm
I
following
didn't
you.
fucking follow it.
You got to call a doctor after 4 hours, right?
Is it? Yes. And if you don't,
priapism.
you get Peyronie's disease. Is a
Priapism.
pierogies?
Ooh, pierogies. I love the heroes come as well.
So when your dick is curved, it's called Pierogi's disease. Hard tangent. Okay. Is a property
I like
exclusive to what?
I said I like that pun. The hard tangent.
Exclusive to the fluid state. Superconducting electron and neutron fluids, gases with Bose-Einstein condensates, or new page, second page, unconventional liquids such as helium-4 or helium-3 at sufficiently low temperature for more than 50 years. It was thus unclear whether the supersolid state can exist. So remember, they had to get helium or something for this in Big Bang to do this superfluid experiment or something like that. So yeah, supersolids. There
That's
you go.
weird.
Which means I was wrong.
Yeah.
I think and I don't think it ties directly
Let's
to
call it, I weren't that far off.
where I was going to go with it had to do with movement of electrons. Now, granted, Ron touched on electrons, but not in the same path that I was going to take. So to get to absolute zero, which is the coldest temperature you can possibly get, it would require zero movement of electrons.
We can't
Zero
tangent other
molecule
scientific
movement.
theories in a list about scientific
but I thought that's where
theories.
this went. If you had a super solid, it would have zero movement of electrons, meaning basically impenetrable. And super cold, ironically, would be the also side effect of that, of having no movement.
0 degree Kelvin
Yeah, correct. 0 degree. I guess 0 degree Kelvin is
or absolute zero. Yes.
Didn't we
It's
just like a
negative.
month ago get the closest? We broke a new threshold
I
for
think it
how
was
cold we got.
when we worked at NASA is when that happened. Unless something new happened and that I just don't know of, because we had this conversation with one of our council members, Opante. We talked to him a little bit about it at work, but that's okay. Because the scientist was able to reproduce like 1 decimal off, like one value. Granted, that's a long way in the terms of math, but 1 decimal off of absolute zero for like a split second or something. It was cool.
We're getting super nerdy in this episode.
Oh
today.
yeah, dude, I love it. I love science episodes.
To answer
There
your
you
question, I think it's like negative 415 or 412 degrees
It's something really
Fahrenheit.
cool. Yeah.
That's the idea.
Also, ironically, that's the same temperature of my wife's feet in bed at
I
night.
think it's like negative 373 Celsius.
373. That makes
I'm
sense.
gonna look it
Fahrenheit
up.
to Celsius.
Because
Oh, absolute zero is?
I'm curious now.
Okay. On the
So, are you going to
Celsius
give
scale?
him the point for this one or no?
I don't deserve it.
He says he doesn't deserve it.
I
so
wasn't
no.
close.
But
So we're still 1 Dan, 1 Adam, 0 Josh.
but another small tangent here. Are you under the impression that priapism means your dick curves?
No, that's no. I said no. If you listen to the joke, I said if you don't go to the doctor for your priapism, you end up with Peyronie's disease. That's an extreme curvature of your penis.
Okay, gotcha.
It was actually an intelligent joke, so no wonder you didn't get it. I'm just saying.
Damn. You want some ice, Dan?
Because you
I
just
drink my
got
whiskey
burned.
straight.
That's weird. I thought the definition of that disease that you were talking about was
The pierogies disease?
having a happy wife if your dick doesn't go down after 4 hours.
I thought Peroni was a brand of Italian beer.
It might be, but spelled differently. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've seen like 3 commercials for Peyronie's disease in the last week. I don't know if that.
You've been watching a lot of OnlyFans.
Nice. No, usually stuff like that, strangely enough, if you watch Star Trek in the middle of the night, you get all kinds of dick pills. It's nothing but dick pills.
They know their audience.
By the way, I've been hanging out with a couple of our council members outside of the show, and one of them told me, I don't want to dime you out in case you didn't want it, but one of them told me that they started watching Star Trek The Next Generation because of your episode. That they were going to I think they were going to cancel Netflix, but it's on Netflix.
Hey, I'm going to just bring out my next 10 for that. Let's just do it now.
Another
The
10?
Another 10. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do Star Trek Next Generation again. I'll do a classic Star Trek, though. A top 10 classic, but way in the future. Maybe next year sometime.
He's now officially an astronaut, by the way.
Oh, Captain Kirk is.
William Shatner is now officially.
Yes, he's officially an astronaut.
astronaut.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
said
what?
Captain Kirk.
When did he go to space?
He went up with Jeff
like 2 weeks ago.
on a
Bezos-
Blue Origin out of Texas.
On his penis-looking space.
So he's not technically an astronaut because they changed and solidified the definition of astronaut.
Oh yes, did they say I petitioned that it happened?
Really?
Did they?
Yeah, that's.
I didn't know that.
Unless I'm mistaken.
So does it require one orbit or something?
They solidified the definition of astronaut and him going up just technically to space. Because that would have made Felix an astronaut.
It's called the...
he jumped from fucking
Isn't
space.
it called the Kármán line, right? That's when you're officially in space.
80,000 feet?
So, I don't know. Just somebody Google Kármán line. I think that's when you're officially in space.
Not entirely sure. I just thought I was reading about it.
Oh,
Like,
wow,
he
I
didn't
know
actually
something
go to
other
space.
people don't
He just
know.
went up really
I'm
high,
on
came
it.
back down. We gotta change this.
Better yet, OnlyFans search for Carmen and send us the best results.
Yeah.
better?
Why does that have to be OnlyFans? Can't we just do the free stuff?
Oh,
Like,
all right, that's
yo,
fine.
in the after show, can we have a small discussion about like what it would really like, what it should classify as an astronaut? 'Cause just
I agree.
getting
I
up
think-
there
I'm
Hey,
is
sure.
remember,
bullshit.
I had this argument with you about Lance Bass 10 years ago. I was like, that fucking guy ain't a fucking astronaut. You're like, motherfucker, it says an astronaut means you went to space. It
Yeah.
makes him an astronaut.
If they change the definition, then they
So
should.
I am
We'll talk
interested
about-
because
that's a great after show topic.
I've
We can add
argued
it.
that point, Dan, for a decade, and I get nowhere with people because right here it says.
I mean, I just feel like orbit should be the defining characteristic.
One orbit around the
You
planet.
go around once.
I think astronaut is a career. Like when you train for somebody to for a career where you will go to space, like the space. Those to me are astronauts. It's a job,
Ah,
not
that's a good
just
point.
you went into space. Like they need something.
So the
that's
only
just
one
you
on
went to
that-
space.
the only astronaut on that craft was a pilot.
There you go. I think that was pilot. I think all 4 of that craft were actually just citizens. There was no actual pilot on board. They just did it
All remote.
yeah, they did it all remote.
You're not doing a good job saving this for the after show, Ron.
Oh,
Give me
sorry.
another point.
Don't apologize to me.
Number 7,
Number 7.
magnetic monopoles.
Dan?
Is that your name or no? It sounded like a question. Dan? Yes.
Well,
go.
I'm not sure I know the answer. This is
Yes.
my Ken Jennings approach.
Yes, Dan.
I'm going to ding in even though I don't know it. Magnetic monopoles, everything magnetic has 2 poles. They're diametrically opposed. So a monopole would be not that. It has a singular pole.
Boom, he nailed it.
Really?
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
looking way deeper than that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what he said.
Science is simple, bro.
In particle
Follow the language.
In particle
Damn it.
physics, a
2 to
magnetic
1.
monopole is a hypothetical elementary particle that is an isolated magnet with only one magnetic pole. A north pole without a south pole, or vice versa. A magnetic monopole would have a net magnetic charge. Modern interest in the concept stems from particle theories, notably the grand unified and superstring theories, which predict their existence.
That's why it's string theory.
So pretty much, yeah. So pretty much, if you what they're saying is if you could prove magnetic monopoles exist, you could prove superstring theory exists,
Right.
or string theory, I should say. Magnetism.
Quantum, by the
in-
way, is the way to go, not
Yeah.
string theory.
Magnetism in bar magnets and electromagnets is not caused by magnetic monopoles.
Did you say magnets?
And I'm not a magnet. Magnet.
We got them magnets up in here. Fucking magnets. How do they work?
Nice ICP reference.
And indeed.
Wasn't that who that was?
Yes.
So are we ripping off other people's material for our show now? This is what we do?
Apparently it works.
I know. I think their show probably gets more listeners than we do.
No doubt.
That's the key to ratings. Just
So
speaking meme.
maybe we should start being. Maybe we should start being boring.
I thought that's what you were doing to this list.
Oh yes, that was awesome.
I'm so kidding. I love this list.
Finally, somebody else telling the jokes around here. I like it. I'll start over this sentence. Magnetism in bar magnet and electronic magnet is not caused by magnetic monopoles, and indeed there is no known experimental or observational evidence that magnetic monopoles exist. The last episode of season 2, I didn't write that down, I just remember it, is where they went to the North Pole, the 4 of them, to check for these monopoles that that Sheldon.
Oh, I'm not the Sheldon of this show.
Yeah, no, definitely not. That Sheldon was theorizing could exist and trying to prove superstring or string theory.
I'd be the
So,
Kuther Poly, if anybody.
exactly. And the reason I remember that so specifically because the first episode of season 3 is the one where Leonard finally does Penny. So there you go. After he came back from that trip.
Did you get a good spank on that one?
No, definitely not.
That's the part that stuck out.
You don't
You
like
dig-
see
you dig
him.
Penny?
You don't like see him. Oh yeah, definitely. But
like
it's not
Penny?
like you
All right.
see him do it or anything. You know, it's different.
There
It's okay. I got a good sex story for the after show.
about Penny?
No,
Oh.
about me. God damn it.
Oh, all right. All right.
No, I think it's about how you think you're Kuther Poly. Come on now. Howard!
Oh, gee. Oh, do you think he's?
Oh, I wouldn't be
You think he's
Howard.
Howard's mom?
Definitely. Howard.
Oh, you
Cooper
think he's
probably was the
Howard,
one
not
who wasn't
Howard's
getting
mom?
pussy though. So
He wasn't getting
that's
any.
true.
He was also afraid to talk to the ladies.
Yeah,
For
I
the
guess I'm
first
not
half
afraid
of
to
the
talk to
for the first
ladies.
half of the series,
Yeah,
yes,
no,
he couldn't.
You're 100%.
Couldn't talk to women
Wallowitz.
without being
My
drunk.
Wallowitz.
You're Wallowitz.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Damn.
way too much charisma that you undoubtedly.
So
stole
then,
from
what is
somebody?
then what is Josh?
that works.
Josh is Leonard, right? He's Leonard,
100%.
Josh would be Leonard.
and you're Sheldon, Dan.
Leonard's the main guy.
I would be okay with that. Leonard
Leonard's
is
the
the
main
one
guy,
who
yeah.
gets the girl main character.
Sweet. Fuck yeah. I wasn't kidding. I've only watched a handful of episodes.
So then, who am I? Am I Penny? I'm just kidding.
You trying to fuck Ron?
I think he's also.
You're Kripke.
Bowie Quipke. I'll read the rest of the list like that. No, okay. No, that would be horrible. All right, you guys
Nice.
ready for number 6?
Yeah, let's do it. Number 6.
6.
All right. Are you guys ready for and this? Okay. Meme theory. I'm gonna be picky on the description of this meme theory.
Can you spell meme?
M-E-M-E.
All right.
I'll do it again. Ken Jennings mode. Dan.
Go for it. I'm gonna be picky on it.
All right. So meme theory. Rebranded Rule 34. If there's not a meme of it already, there will be in the future.
No.
Damn.
Not even close.
That was good.
I like
Good
that. It was a
guess.
good answer, though. Those are the rules of the internet.
Yeah.
Thanks,
But it's-
4chan.
It's
Anybody else?
porn.
I don't think I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know. I don't remember this.
Are we ready?
Sure. It's 2-1, Dan to Adam so far.
So
by the way.
meme theory. A meme is an idea, behavior, or style that spreads by means of imitation from person to person within a culture and often carries symbolic meaning representing a particular phenomenon or theme. A meme acts as a unit for carrying cultural ideals, symbols, or practices that can be transmitted from one mind to another through writing, speech, gestures, rituals, or other imitatable, I think that's the word, phenomena with a mimicked theme.
All right.
Supporters of the concept regard memes as cultural analogs to genes in that they self-replicate, mutate, and respond to selective pressures. Proponents theorize that memes are a viral phenomenon that may evolve by natural selection in a manner analogous.
Analogous.
Thanks, that's the word. Fuck. To that of biological evolution. Memes do this through the process of variation, mutation, competition, and inheritance. I swear I don't have a stuttering problem. Each of which influences a meme's reproductive success.
Sorry. I'll wait till you're done. I apologize.
Memes spread through the behavior that they generate in their hosts. Memes that propagate less prolifically may become extinct, while others may survive, spread, and for better or for worse, mutate. Memes that replicate most effectively enjoy more success, and some may replicate effectively even when they prove to be detrimental to the welfare of their hosts. A field of study called memetics arose in the 1990s to explore...
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. That's why I thought this was awesome.
Changing my
To
career
explore
path.
the concepts and transmission of memes in terms of evolutionary model. Criticism from a variety of fronts has challenged the notion that academic study can examine memes empirically. However, developments in neuroimaging may make empirical study possible. Some commentators in the social sciences question the idea that one can meaningfully categorize culture in terms of discrete units and are especially critical of the biological nature of the theory's underpinnings. Others have argued that the use of the term is the result of a misunderstanding of the original proposal in Big Bang, where I learned this one was, I guess they were just kind of... I forget, it was Amy and Sheldon, a little bit newer in their relationship. And somehow they started talking about this concept and they wanted to test it on the rest of the group. So Amy would knock on Penny's door and say, I just had sexual, like, oh, by the way, I just had sexual intercourse with Sheldon. And also I started an herb garden, mum's the word, and to see which one would actually spread to the group. And that's what so that's where that episode came from. But the memetic theory,
Where did meme theory come up in the episode? Did they actually address it in the episode?
Yes, they did. Ahead of her saying that to Penny.
So Penny
is when they actually
Sheldon and Amy were talking about
they
meme
absolutely discussed this exact thing.
That's fucking. I cannot believe for the life of me that there's actually a devotion or a branch of scientific study that is to measure popularity contests
Are
of
you-
things and
I-
evolution of
dude,
those
I
things. That's
think-
amazing.
Are
to
you
me.
kidding?
That explanation
Look
is way
at
deeper
the
than
way.
that.
Here's the thing.
Well,
this
yeah.
is somebody in the 90s kind of almost, I won't say predicting, not like Carl Sagan predicted what society would be like now in 30 years, because fuck, he nailed it. But this is almost somebody almost forecasting in a way, or maybe they got lucky. So when they did this, it was like the infancy of the internet. Maybe that was in their mind. Look at what this that I just read has done to society.
The fucking
Like,
got
through-
him dude has got millions of dollars because of got him.
Yeah, but it's not, for me, it's not just a meme. I know everybody, you're just thinking, the got him dude, just memes. I mean, thinking about just misinformation in general, the way it spreads on Facebook, that's all part of mimetic theory. That's all part of a growing thing that mutates, that changes. Oh, I heard it was this. Oh, I heard it was that. Did you hear it was this? And then people are just spreading whatever that is like wildfire from person to person to person. That's what they're talking about. Not just
learn something in that.
not
That's a
just
good
the funny
one. I like that one.
funny cat picture was that says me wow. Sorry, that was also from Big Bang.
But it is really profound that they caught on to something that would become so culturally significant, because like memes are a universal language.
Yeah, definitely.
You can
Good point.
communicate with anyone who speaks any language from any place in the world via memes.
Is that what's going to happen?
That's what's going to happen.
First contact's going to be a meme. They're going to send us a picture of a cat falling or something.
If they receive our broadcasts, then yes.
No doubt.
Like that episode of Futurama where they go to Omicron per CIA and they're watching the lawyer TV show from 1,000 years ago. If they're receiving shit that we broadcast in our pop culture, yes, we would be able to
Perry
communicate
Mason?
with them via memes.
Amazing.
Was it Perry Mason?
I
About
think it was
1,000
just
years
called
ago.
Hot Lawyer Lady or something like that.
Oh, it was a made up show.
Yeah, it was a made up show.
Oh, okay.
A planet light years away was watching broadcasts from 1,000 years ago as they came out. Because it took 1,000 years for them to get there.
Here's the catch. Because how radio transmissions work, waves, after about 100 years or so, 100 light years from Earth, it kind of all becomes wash anyway. It deludes so much. That's so sad.
So we've had people 100 years from Earth that know this.
Did you just mansplain why Futurama is wrong to me?
A little bit. Well, you told me that his explanation was way deeper than my understanding of it, so I'm throwing it back. This is a game of tennis.
Suck my dick.
Can I have some more of your whiskey, please?
Man.
I think it's too late for you.
Damn it.
All right, so that was number 6.
Are you out already?
Yeah, but it's okay.
I'll
right.
get you when we go to break.
I was gonna say I
Alright,
drank
that sounds
mine
good.
like right away, like I hit
Man,
it.
That's super good. I've been sipping on mine. I didn't want it to end. So real quick, we've been talking about October 26th forever, like 6 months or something.
Hey, that's today.
That
It is
is today, October 26th, 2021. So if you are here on Discord right now, we're going to talk about our show sponsor real quick, and then we are going to go into break on recording, and we are going to draw some names, give away some prizes, and then when we come back on the show, talk about who won and what they won and stuff like that. But we're going to go have some fun with live stream. But today is also an exciting day for our sponsor, Manscaped, because today is the follow-up release to one of two products. They've just recently released Manscaped's Body Wash. Aloe and sea salt. We just talked about that last week when they released that product. But today is the launch day of their 2-in-1 shampoo and hair conditioner.
Hell yes.
So they are expanding into more men's care products. We've got some other things coming out that we can't talk about for a couple of weeks, but they have more men's care products outside of just straight grooming stuff coming out soon.
So what you're saying is it's not really good enough if just your balls smell good, but the rest of you smells like ass. So now it's time to wash everything else, because if the rest of you smells like ass, they never get to smell your balls.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Was that the concept there?
You know, it's
I think so.
Looking at the upcoming product list, you nailed it more than you might have intended to.
Manscaped.
That's awesome.
From the rooter to the tutor. Oh no, I think that's already taken. Oh, that's a bad prop. All right.
So for 20% off and free worldwide shipping, please go to manscaped.com. Use code TWISTED10 at checkout.
We'll see you guys in a minute. Discord or hanging out with you in the break.
In shame, I'm still loving you. Ain't that the truth? And one of these days I'm gonna have to choose. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm still loving you. Oh, Well, it's a crying shame I'm even crying at all. Though tears may fall, I still have my alcohol. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm even crying at all. Seems I've loved and lost another for the 10,000th time. I'm angry and confused, but I was a fool to forget that I'll always be alone, just shamefully still crying over you. I seem to be up past 2. Ain't that the truth? And it's all probably 'cause of booze. That's why it's such a crying shame that I seem to be up past 2. Oh, as my luck would have it, I see I've reached a limit with such a saddening point of view. I'm stripped to my desire for some brand new first impression, just to shamefully still crying over you. Shamefully still crying over you. It's a crying shame I'm still loving you. Ain't that the truth? I know it's all 'cause of booze. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm shamefully still crying over you.
Welcome back to the Twisted 10. So hopefully Josh has the names ready. We just did the drawing for. Oh, by the way, that was Truphonic, and that was, what were they listening to? Ron, was it Misery lately? Crying Shame. Jesus Christ. So during the break, we had kind of an extended break today to hang out with our folks in Discord, but most importantly, to give away our top 3 prizes for Manscaped. We've been giving away products from our sponsor Manscaped for the last
3 months or so now.
3 months.
Yeah.
Tonight, sorry, that whiskey's good, Dan. Tonight was our final giveaway, which is 2 of the Weed Whackers and 1 of the Lawnmower 4.0. Some of their staple products. That's their biggest draw is some of these products. So we gave them away. Who were our winners of those 3?
Well, the way we did it is we took the list of everybody who was active in the live stream at the time, and I put them into a random name picker. Now, to maximize everyone's potential to win what I think was the coolest prize, the Lawnmower 4.0, the Clippers, we drew that one first, and our winner for that was our Council Elder T. So he got the big prize. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for being an elder, and of course for supporting the sponsor. Then our second giveaway was a Weed Whacker 4.0. We drew a name for that. And the winner of that, I'm going to give him another plug on air. That is our friend from Mr. Bunker's Conspiracy Time podcast, Bunker Art. But he declined. He said that he is here to support the show, which is super awesome of him, and he wanted to see it go to one of our listeners. So,
because clearly he just pops in when on live but doesn't listen.
Damn! Shots fired!
I'm just kidding.
Man, the shade.
But bump. Just kidding, buddy.
So we drew another name, and the first Weed Whacker went to our friend Sammy B. So congrats and thanks for listening. And our second Weed Whacker went to our listener, Corrito Dorito.
Hell yes. For both of those guys. Ron, be careful too, because I do have it on good authority that Bunker Art has the ability to make things disappear like the game Polybius. So just be careful, because you may never have existed one day.
Okay. Sounds great.
That's the power of their podcast.
All right. Polybius, is that thing where you get an erection for more than 4 hours?
But, giveaways like this are something we want to do. We've already talked to Manscaped about doing more giveaways. We do have more product coming our way. I mentioned this during the break. We've got some cool new stuff coming up because they have some new products coming out, and that's what
we can't even talk about yet.
Yeah, some of it we can't talk about yet. Some of it we can. We're going to have some body wash and some 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner that's coming out. 2-in-1 conditioner came out today as of recording, October 26th. It's a whole new release.
Oh, I was like, I thought we couldn't talk about.
No. Those
I know that we can't talk about.
That one came out today.
Okay, there's other stuff we can't talk about.
There's other stuff we can't talk about yet.
That is a direct attestment to the listeners too. So we wouldn't have cool opportunities to give shit away from Manscaped if our listeners, our council members, our council elders didn't get involved with our sponsor. It's a big deal to us to have a national sponsor. So thank you guys for participating, using that code word, letting the Manscaped company know that you heard, by using it, you heard about them on our show and wanted to take advantage of that discount. They have made enough money off of our listeners to continue to invest in our show. So, and we're very, very proud of that. And the quality of the product kind of fits our hosts and our comedy. So we think that being able to talk about our balls once in a while is a little bit of fun. But if you, again, thank you for the support for Manscaped. But if you want to support the Twisted 10 directly, you can become a council elder or a council member in general, heading over to patreon.com/twisted10. We prepared a little bit of a sound clip from last week's episode for what?
So before you hit that button, I'm just realizing now, we've been so focused on the giveaway this week and talking about Manscaped, we didn't even mention the after show. So the after show is
I guess that's a good
second
point.
show that we produce for our council members. So it's most weeks it follows onto here. We kind of wind down from the regular show, talk about the topic. We mention the tangents throughout the show, and it's way less structured than the normal show. Not that we're like super structured.
It's not on rails. Yeah, we don't have it's not a list. It's just a podcast. It's just our personalities
just
coming out.
Just us bullshit.
We call it a place
shit.
our tangents go to die or live or whatever you want.
Something. But it's so that is for council members, and like Adam mentioned, so you can go to twisted10.com, get the links to that, come support the show, get the extra content,
get the keychain.
Get the keychain. There is a keychain now. You'll see it on the tier list. But yeah, sorry, I realized we're gonna go into the plug for the show that we haven't.
So
really...
this is a short little 1.5-minute clip from last week's after show. So hope you enjoy. Here's what the algorithms...
Let's keep him here for as long as we can.
Here's what the algorithms know about Adam. Adam loves the hot chicks dancing in videos. Yes, the algorithm knows that, which is probably the same as every other guy on...
Josh Wilson dick pics. You love that.
Adam also loves fail videos. I fucking love fail videos. Yeah, I fucking love it.
I feel so horrible for those people.
And I love the videos of the, oddities. Like, people use some of these, Adobe After Effects and some of these other tools to create these sci-fi worlds where creatures or ships or weird shit just kind of come into the... And sometimes scary.
I've never watched
those are my three... I could scroll, and out of 50 scrolls, 25 will be hot chicks, and then the next will be split between weird sci-fi shit and fail videos. That's all I get. I fucking love it. It's great. They know me very well. They know how to keep me occupied when I'm pooping.
You need about 25 hot chicks to finish the job, and then some sci-fi and fails to wind back down.
Finish what job?
I never do... Oh, God damn it. This is... So switching back between these boards is going to... So I never do that to Instagram or to my phone, really. I just can't really masturbate with a phone. It's bizarre to me.
What?
I need big screen. I need
really?
Full... Yeah. I've never once have I ever looked at porn on my phone. Ever.
The only two things I need are my 5.5-inch phone and my 5.5-inch dick, and I'm good to go, bro.
So I should have led into that. We were talking about social media, things like Instagram Reels, TikTok, the short Vine style videos. That's what led into that conversation. But yeah, Ron, that's a great little summary.
Good times.
I guess that's not little. That's a great little above average summary.
There's, what things, we laugh at things in life because they're
Perfectly
funny.
average.
We laugh at them because they're funny, and we laugh at them because they're true. That's how it works.
Good list so far. Do you want to give us a recap on 10 through 6?
Yeah, I shall. Hold on one second. I got to go back through it here. All right, number 10 was Occam's razor. Number 9 was the Doppler effect. Number 8, supersolids. Number 7, magnetic monopole or monopoles. And number 6 was meme or mimetic theory, mimetics.
Just to refresh, the score is Dan 2, Adam 1, Josh 0.
Sorry, I had cheesecake in my throat.
Dan has 2?
Dan has 2.
Dan does have 2.
I got monopoles and Occam's razor.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All right. So there we go.
I'll show you a fucking monopole.
Yeah, baby. My poll. Number 5.
Number 5.
Involuntary memory.
Dan?
Ooh,
Yes.
fuck. Your
far
name
away.
is Josh, not
I was
ooh.
too far away. Trying to get more to drink.
Involuntary memory?
Jennings theory number 3. This is something that I heard about. Again, not on Big Bang Theory. It's a phenomenon that occurs sometimes as a result to exposure to virtual reality, where you find yourself having memories that are not your own. They're false, but they get ingrained into you nonetheless.
Wrong. You forgot to follow your own principle of science is easy. Anybody else
All
want
right,
to try? Josh.
Okay. Is this?
I know it. Adam
Is this
Josh
where
doesn't get it.
certain alloys or metals will, when like deformed, if you apply like a current to them, they'll like reshape back to like metal that has memory of its shape?
Wow, this is worse than the guesses we had to your last riddles episode.
Adam,
Josh,
wow.
Adam, go for it.
Is this when you listen to like a tape at night and it embeds something into your subconscious so you remember it the next day?
No.
Omelette du fromage.
God damn it.
All right, so involuntary memory, and there's a few other things called involuntary explicit
Wait,
memory.
can we try more than once?
No.
Okay.
We got to move on with the show.
Can I try more than once without getting a point?
Yes.
Is this where you tell the lie so many times that you start to believe it as a
No.
memory? Okay.
I should start to take away points now.
Do it.
You got it wrong. You got it wrong twice. You lose a point. No,
now
just
that
kidding.
I know that, I will
I'm just
no longer ask.
I'm just kidding. Involuntary memory, also known as involuntary explicit memory, involuntary conscious memory, or involuntary aware memory, and it has like 3 others. I'm not reading them all. And most commonly, involuntary easy for me to say.
That's why he's not reading all 3 of them.
It's too late. Post-apocalyptic.
I'm still going to roll with Apaka Paka. I actually use Apaka Paka in conversation now, like if I'm texting with, or typing with somebody and I fuck up a word, I'm Apaka Paka. And just carry
He's
on.
my favorite rapper.
I'm becoming a meme.
Yo,
No,
I'm
just
little Paka Paka.
kidding. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Little paka.
Bunker R was there. One of our Discord listeners was there that night. He chimed in. He loves it.
And most commonly involuntary autobiographical memory is a subcomponent of memory that occurs when cues encountered in everyday life evoke recollections of the past without conscious effort. Voluntary memory is binary opposite, is characterized by a deliberate effort to recall the past.
So nostalgia.
So you see something and it reminds you of something, or you hear something and it reminds you of
It's
something.
Adam's dad's whiskey barrel cabinet that he thinks of when he drinks his whiskey.
You got it. It's nothing special. Literally, we do this like almost every minute of our freaking lives. Yeah. I'm gonna get a little deeper into it. So Herman Ebbinghaus, and I think they called it Ebbinghaus involuntary memory.
Oh, well, if you would have said that, I would have got it.
Oh yeah. Okay. On Big Bang Theory.
I thought it was Flowing House.
There you go. Born in Bremen, Germany in 1850, Hermann Ebbinghaus is recognized as the first to apply the principles of experimental psychology to study memory. He is especially well known for his introduction and application of nonsense syllables in studying memory, study of which led him to discover the forgetting curve, and the spacing effect, two of his most well-known contributions to the field. Ebbinghaus was also the first to attempt a description of involuntary memory, stating that often, even after years, mental states once present in consciousness return to it with apparent spontaneity and without any act of the will. That is, they are reproduced involuntarily. He goes on to explain that these mental states were once experienced, rendering by definition their future spontaneous appearance into consciousness the act of remembering, though we may not always be aware of where or how we experienced this information the first time. Ebbinghaus also made the key note that these involuntary reproductions are not random or accidental. Instead, they are brought about through the instrumentality of other immediately present mental images. How did I get through that? Under the laws of association, this reflects congruence with Macy's and Linton's theories of involuntary memory as byproducts of the other memories as discussed above. So there you go. It's just the way that we see something and it just reminds you of shit, but then you're not even sure, or you just see something like, oh, I remember that, but where did I see that? Why do I know that?
Yeah, that's my Monday through Friday.
Yeah, versus sitting there and trying to remember something like, what was that called, or what is that?
That's my weekend.
That's the two. So voluntary versus involuntary memory.
Yeah, nostalgia is probably the best way to summarize that. So if you see something that unconsciously triggers a memory in your mind, without you thinking about what does that remind me of, then that's what you're referring to there. That's very, very cool. It is way simpler than what we were
Yes, you guys were
thinking.
really. It's getting more complicated by the explanation, by the guess. All right, we ready for number 4?
Yes.
Let's do it. Number 4.
The anthropic principle. I would have told a joke. I just thought of a joke in my head, but
Did it involve the word throb?
yes, it did.
Of course it did.
Because I'm in 8th grade mode.
You get a point for
always.
that?
No, half a point. No, I was kidding.
I remember hearing this even referenced on The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I remember this.
I've seen the entire Big Bang Theory series 4 times.
Dan,
Yes.
the effect that anthropology has on the current society conducting it.
I'm having to read through because I don't remember.
Such as how our perception of past societies through anthropology affects our current society.
No.
Okay.
As I read through, no.
I don't even have a guess.
Okay.
I don't even. I mean, I know once you say it, I'll remember it, but I don't have a guess.
The anthropic principle is the principle that there is a restrictive lower bound on how statistically probable our observations of the universe are. Given that we would only exist in the particular type of universe capable of developing and sustaining sentient life. Proponents of the anthropic principle argue that it explains why this universe has the age and the fundamental physical constants necessary to accommodate conscious life, since if either had been different, we would not have been around to make observations. Anthropic reasoning is often used to deal with the notion that the universe seems to be fine-tuned. There are many different formulations of the anthropic principle. Philosopher Nick Bostrom counts them at 30, but the underlying principles can be divided into weak and strong forms.
I've referenced Nick Bostrom multiple times. He wrote The Superintelligence, a great book.
Depending on the types of cosmological claims that entail, the weak anthropic principle, WAP, that's actually what it says, W-A-P.
Why is that funny, Ron?
I don't know. Such as the one defined by Brandon Carter states that the universe's why did you think it's funny? See, now I'm going back to wonder why did
I thought it was funny because you paused for it. You recognized it as a pause-worthy acronym.
because back in the day, WAP referred to it was a slang word for an Italian.
Yeah, it's
Right.
the acronym is without papers.
papers.
I thought that was WOP.
But nowadays, in the world of pop culture, WAP means wet ass pussy. So, because of the song, right? So, at first, for a while, I thought maybe you didn't know about the newer WAP, and we're laughing about the old WAP, and so that's why I stopped and went back to it.
I only laugh at new WAP.
Okay, you laugh at it. Maybe that's part of the problem.
Could be.
Yeah,
That's a good
there
point.
you go.
Damn it.
Most often, such arguments draw upon some notion of the multiverse for there to be statistical population of universes to select from. However, a single vast universe is sufficient in most forms of the WAP that do not specifically deal with fine-tuning. The strong anthropic principle SAP or SOP, as proposed by John D.
Sop that
Barrow and Frank Tipler, states that the universe is in some sense compelled to eventually have conscience and sapient.
Sentience.
No, it says
sapience?
Sapient life emerge within sapient, like Homo sapien.
Sort of. So our sapient consciousness is you think, therefore you are, or you am, therefore you think, or whatever.
I am, therefore I is.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that was
Cognizance and sapience.
Dan got it.
I am stealing that and using it every day henceforth.
It's a new meme.
Sapience
I am, therefore
and-
I is.
And continue. Never mind. I can't. I don't remember what I
shall
said.
continue as you requested. Are you ready?
He's
Does
a
anybody have
cunt
any
in
more?
you.
Yeah, there you go.
I would not have guessed that. I don't remember that kind of reference inside The Big Bang Theory #1. But
You didn't tell us where you came up with it.
Because I don't remember. When you watch a show for 3 months and you don't write that down, eventually you mess
When
up.
you watch 12 seasons of a show,
I know
or
I should
something.
know. I do know most of this. I know this show like I know Star Trek.
Anime in like 2 weeks.
That's true.
Yeah. So that was number 4. So you guys ready for number 3?
Yeah, let's do
Unless
it.
we had more
3.
comments on the anthropic principle.
No, it's just
It's pretty deep, huh? About the consciousness of the
It's-
universe,
it's interesting-
or us being conscious to observe the universe.
It's interesting that they even drew the parallel there to say that the reason that we have sentience, or what was the other word you used?
Sapience.
Sapience, is because we are in a universe that has been orchestrated or architected to allow it to happen.
Fine-tuned.
It's fine-tuned.
That's
to,
almost
to
like a
allow it
great
to happen.
filter. I mean, it's not like the great filter, but great filter is another example of what you just said.
Yeah,
Where
kind
it's
of, yeah.
almost a grand design.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so well
It's like,
driven.
it's almost like
And pattern recognizable.
It's almost like scientific religion.
Yeah, it
Much
is.
like our Ann cult.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's Daddy Musk was doing an interview and he was talking about life in the
Daddy
universe.
Musk, is that a rapper? Yo, Daddy Musk!
I mean, he probably could be if he wanted to.
Because I must be with the
It
ladies.
probably wouldn't
All
be
right,
good though.
sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
he did an interview. He was talking about that, where like if you zoom out on the grand scale and the timeline of the universe and like the billions of years that have gone by,
14 point something.
if
4.4.
life had taken a fraction of a percent longer to develop, it would have never developed at all because our planet would not be able to sustain it.
Well, for our planet, we can't speak to other planets.
But we don't know if there is life anywhere else.
We do.
know it's here.
On July 6, 1947, Roswell, that's how we know. Sorry, I'm reading a book right now, The Day After Roswell by Colonel Philip Corso. It's awesome. Sorry. He has all the first-hand knowledge from all that stuff. It's a great book. I'm I was probably a quarter of the way through.
The sad thing is that popular culture and popular media has shunned those people for so long that believing anybody at first glance, you're going to take it like, oh, these guys are either a hoax, they're scamming,
that's
or
what
they're
they
crazy.
want. Yeah, that's what they.
Well, but not anymore.
That's what the military wants.
That's shifting a little bit now that all this disclosure is actually starting to happen about objects that the U.S. military and other militaries can't explain. That appearance for the people that say they've seen UFOs or have been abducted or whatever, they aren't so crazy anymore, are they?
No, but I'm going to bring it back to the show. If you want to talk about that on an after show, you put it on the list.
Well, at the end of this, that was what, number 4?
That was number 4.
That was number 4.
Yes.
Yeah. When he was all done, he's like, "Do you guys have anything else to say on it?" So I said something, and he's like, "Fuck you, I'm going to go to number 3."
But you didn't say
what
anything
happened
about
here,
number
right?
4,
fun to
really.
watch.
But anyway, kind of did.
You gave me room to tangent. I'm going to tangent.
I hate when Dan and Dad fight.
I thought you. Josh should have said, "I hate when my kids fight." Is what you really should have said.
Yeah, that's
Dad.
true.
You look tired today, Josh. Yeah, my 2 gay dads were fighting all night.
I'm not a dad. Anyway, okay. Number 3.
Number 3.
3. Super heavy elements.
Adam.
Dan.
Adam
got
got
it
it
slightly.
first. Yep.
I'm going to do my best with this. So, that's the hot water heater here in the background.
I know. That sounds like someone screaming from a distance.
It is the easiest way to describe this is using heavy water. It's any of the existing
That's cum.
elements. It's using any of the elements that we're already familiar with on the periodic table, but they have a slight variation of their structure, of their molecular build, that still gives them the properties of their original element. However, they have an extra molecule of hydrogen or an extra molecule of something that makes their element a different variation of its original. In this case, super heavy water is very, very difficult to actually get or create, but is very valuable and very, very useful to military science communities, the whole 9 yards.
No.
Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
Molecules are made of elements, Adam. God damn it. Super heavy element. You ever look at the periodic table? You know how there's that second
Dan's
table at the
getting
bottom of the
closer.
periodic table?
He's getting
all
closer.
those?
Yes.
Those are all super heavy elements, and most of them are man-made. But that's all I got.
I'm gonna give this one. It's real specific, but you got it close enough. Unless Josh could get even more specific. I think you'd almost have to be a chemist or periodically look at the periodic table of contents.
I haven't looked at a periodic table in 15 years, so
Okay. All right.
I remember what it looks like.
Props to me for teaching a 13-year-old.
I'll give it 3-1-0.
3-1-0.
All right, super heavy elements.
I got a sweep.
Super heavy elements, also known as transactinide elements or transactinides, are the chemical elements with atomic numbers greater than 103. The super heavy elements are immediately beyond the actinides in the periodic table. The heaviest actinide is, looks like it says lawrencium. It's probably somebody named Lawrence.
That is correct.
Okay. Lawrencium, atomic number 103. By definition, super heavy elements are also transuranic elements. Never heard of that. I.e. having atomic numbers greater than that of uranium-92. Glenn T. Seaborg first proposed the actinide concept, which led to the acceptance of the actinide series. He also proposed a transactinide series ranging from elements 104 to 121. And now I know I like this one a lot too, because I know you guys talk about what's the Bob Lazar element?
Element 119, 115.
115 or 116 or something.
Yeah.
And then you had made a joke about 117 one time. Was that, I don't know if that was like, is that something going on
so
too?
there's placements for a bunch of those.
There's
in
placements
the
for them
periodic table,
until we
but
can
don't know.
until we can find them or create them.
I think it's element 115 is that what Bob Lazar says is able to be harnessed and made stable
to fly the damn Roswell ship.
But it affects gravitational. it affects gravity around an area for, if it's electrically charged or something. And he's supposed to have some of this at home to be able to prove his stories.
I know two of them by name, but not by number. There's Einsteinium and there's Californium.
Dream of Californiumcation?
California. Yeah, I know what Californium is. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
THConium.
THConium, you smoke it.
It's that fucking Mendo Kush.
Glenn T. Seaborg first proposed the actinide concept, which led to the acceptance of the actinide series. He also proposed a transactinide series ranging from element 104 to 121, and the super actinide series approximately spanning elements 122 to 153, although more recent work suggests the end of the super actinide series to occur at element 157.
Damn.
The transactinide Seaborgium was named in his honor. Super heavy elements are radioactive and have only been obtained synthetically in laboratories. None of these elements have ever been collected in a macroscopic sample. Super heavy elements are all named after physicists and chemists or important locations involved in the synthesis of elements. So there you go. I also don't remember what episode that was from. I should have written them down as I found it, but I just didn't think to write down the episodes.
Bob Lazar's story is actually really cool that you brought that up. His story is a neat one. He has just enough credibility to make you listen a little longer, and then he sounds crazy as hell in some things. So
for sure. This book I'm reading, again, tangenting. This book I'm reading from Philip Corso, The Day After Roswell. You definitely. I don't know how you wouldn't believe him, or at least listen to what he had to say in this book, in regards to the firsthand knowledge that he had. So, and it's military too. I mean, the military people and the scientists, they're the ones. Fuck the people in the government. big majority of people in the government don't know most of UFO stuff. That's what I've learned. It's the military people that had that shit because they were the well. Anyway, we'll get into it some other time. Or we could talk about that all night about the UFO shit. Anyway, I sound like a crazy ass now. So I know.
No, you're not.
I know I sound like a crazy ass. I don't want to be that guy.
One of our one of our folks hanging out in Discord tonight actually may have done an episode on Lazar. So Bunker Art, if you're out there, throw the link up there if you've got it in, because I'd love to listen to your guys' take on Bob Lazar and that whole story. If you guys have done a recap on him, that probably would have been an old one in your hat, but yeah, shoot it out there.
All right, are we ready for number 2?
I gotta sweep this, so it's 3, 1, and 0. So
I
I
need to take a number 2.
I just gotta yell my name.
The odds are
out.
against you. You gotta best me and Josh.
May the odds
Well,
be
gotta
ever
best you.
in your favor. Oh,
I've been throwing heat towards
credit,
Ron.
Josh.
It's so he's accurate.
but I can take.
I can
the
still
heat.
be sad, but he's accurate.
All right, are you ready? Number
Yeah,
2. Haptic technology.
Josh,
Adam.
Yes.
it is using vibration to weld things.
No.
Dan.
Ooh.
Well, you know what?
Wait a minute. I said Adam after he said Josh.
This is gonna be one of those ones. Let's see who gets closest. You're touching on it, Adam.
I get the throw. Vibrations is absolutely correct, but it has to do with emulations of audible sensory. So vibrations to emulate or replicate something that is otherwise heard by an audible tone.
Like jawbone technology?
No, you
Like the
weren't,
same stuff
as an
that's in your
example.
headset. Yeah,
you weren't
headsets.
any closer than he was.
Haptic bass is what you have in your headphones, and it's using a vibration to emulate bass that produces a acoustic note.
Okay, I'm gonna. Dan.
I'm just fucking.
Okay, you got nothing.
I don't know if you were
All
going
right,
to
I'm
gonna
gonna go ahead and read number 2.
Wait. Do I not get a chance?
Yeah, because
Are you awarding
neither
a
one of them
point?
are close enough that I could award the point. But
Okay.
they could maybe get it. We're gonna read and see. Dan, go for it. What do you got?
And again, this is mostly, I guess, it's a sensory feedback type of thing. When you touch your phone and you text and it vibrates every time you touch the thing, that's haptic feedback. So it's that real-time technology that, I don't know,
Dan
feeds
got
back
it.
your
Dan
inputs
got
to
it?
you.
Dan's right on
for
there.
a
He's got the
tangible
crown.
Yeah,
sensory
he's right
feedback.
on there. All right, you guys ready?
I'll update your
God
name.
Dan.
I don't know. I want to hear this explanation. I'm gonna analyze
Haptic
this one.
technology, also known as
Kinesthetics.
Kinesthetics.
Kinesthetic communication or 3D touch refers to any technology that can create an experience of touch by applying forces, vibrations, or motions to the user. These technologies can be used to create virtual objects in a computer simulation, to control virtual object, or to enhance. Sorry, I'll reread that.
Thank you.
To control virtual objects and to enhance remote control of machines and devices. Telerobotics, not teller. That's at the bank. Telerobotics.
Where the fuck is Penn?
Haptic devices may incorporate tactile sensors that measure forces exerted by the user on the interface. The word haptic, from the Greek hapticus, means tactile, pertaining to the sense of touch. Simple haptic devices are common in the form of game controllers, joysticks, and steering wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's about the feedback you get from the device. So were any of you guys right?
Dan was the closest on that
Yeah,
one.
Dan was
he's
the
100%
closest.
right.
He had
Dan
the
definitely
touch
gets
piece.
that.
Yeah,
Josh and I both
I
covered
literally
topics.
referenced the haptic feedback setting on
Yeah,
your
that's
phone.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
You did.
Josh and I both covered topics in that genre of technology.
Yeah, but he nailed the description
technology.
more. There you go. Haptic technology facilitates investigation of how the human sense of touch works by allowing the creation of controlled haptic virtual objects. Most researchers distinguish 3 sensory systems related to sense of touch in humans: cutaneous, kinesthetic, and haptic. And all perceptions mediated by cutaneous and kinesthetic sensibility are referred to as a tactual perception.
We're
So-
the company I work for is developing. Well, not developing. We're adopting and going to be using it in our new facility out here. But a lot of our stuff is rendered 3D model type things that we design, and they're actually getting like halo lenses in these full virtual rooms. Cool. And I'm really curious to see is if they're going to be in there adjusting inside these virtual rooms. Like I'm holding my hands up like I'm moving a basketball.
I was
around.
talking about the
Will they
Microsoft's
have-
HoloLens.
Yeah, will they have haptic sensors in fingers, so they'll feel when they're touching the object, and then when they let it go. I wonder, that'd be really cool to see.
That'd be cool. So, Ron, I have a poignant question to ask.
Yes.
What is the title of your episode?
Oh, the top 10 top 10 thing, or top 10 concepts in science, philosophy, and psychology I learned from watching The Big Bang, or like
So
that
you-
came up to me.
You
Like
learned about haptic feedback through Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, you know what episode?
No.
Please let me guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it the episode when Howard Wolowitz and Kuthar both had their own remote Bluetooth mouths that they were licking and kissing each other on?
Yeah, I think that was the one. Yeah,
That was the creepiest yet funniest thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Like, they were kissing into this. I know you probably hadn't seen this one, but they were kissing into this device that just had a pair of lips and a tongue. All right, that's all it was. But what it was doing is reading the other person that was kissing, and it was vice versa. So they were actually kissing each other, but not. They were kissing these separate devices. It was awesome. And of course, at that time, Leonard walks in on them and catches them doing it.
Bro,
yeah, he was just sitting there watching them.
Did you ever watch Black Mirror?
I've seen some of those episodes, but I haven't watched all of them.
That reminded me of, it's much more graphic, but it's basically the concept of like fully immersive VR video gaming. Like, you Neuralink yourself in. But it's these two dudes who are like old friends, and they go into this it's like Mortal Kombat fighting game.
I did see that episode.
Instead of fighting, they just fuck each other.
Yeah, but because one of them
plays mains a girl.
Hey, it's Demolition Man all over again.
Oh no, this destroys Demolition Man. Completely.
Have you watched Black Mirror?
That episode, by the way?
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror.
Yeah,
and what is it
Netflix.
on? Is it Netflix?
It is a psychological sci-fi,
never-
modern age sci-fi
never even heard of
dystopian
it.
thriller
Dude,
show.
I forgot about that episode until you just brought that up.
That
is
entire
awesome.
show, there's a movie too. It is
I'll have to check
fucking
it out.
amazing.
I do want to go back to where Josh was insulting me. I'm sorry, Josh. You had an insulting question to ask me?
Yeah, no, I already asked it.
Okay, yeah.
These new crazy
I obviously
concepts.
I obviously know what it is. I just never knew it had had a name. Like, I didn't know what the word haptic mean. I never had heard the word haptic.
He's never seen that setting on his phone because he doesn't know how to change the settings on his phone.
It says,
Discord chiming
my
in.
phone
So that's
says
modern Twilight Zone. That's a good way to compare it. Modern version of Twilight
think-
Zone.
Oh, okay. I would definitely be in for that.
Yeah.
That's an app description, and it leaves you open to still have your mind hole fucked.
Oh yeah. Because every episode is something so fucking off the wall from the last one.
Oh, I like that. I love shows.
It's not
like that.
like it's kind of like our show.
Well, they're all in their.
They're all unique.
They're all unique. They're all in their own little kind of cave,
Yes.
if you will.
Don't you laugh at that. What are you laughing at?
I saw the face.
I was good.
Don't try me.
That was good. I
saw
already
it.
got yelled at during this
I
show.
saw
So
it.
hey, come on.
It was funny.
All right. Before I go to number one, I believe we have something we're giving away that we don't know what it is. Are we doing that? Even though I thought we were out.
What happened?
We ended up with an extra item.
A dead giveaway, extra
Dead giveaway.
So during the break, one of our listeners who had won a prize previously, he had asked us to hold on to it because he travels for work, and he said he might be in Florida soon.
What down, Joe?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, our man Hitman. So he had said we could give it away, and what we learned is that we didn't write down what his prize was in particular. So I have to actually go into our Google Drive, and I gotta look through. I have to do the power of deduction.
So are we gonna do the giveaway, or since we don't know what it is we're giving away, we'll do it next week.
We'll give we're gonna have another small Manscaped giveaway next week because I have to figure out which one in the box is his.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? So it's but we do have one more giveaway for next week. That's not any of the new exciting stuff we've talked about.
Okay.
It's it's the ball toner or something.
It's ball toner or foot duster.
Yeah, it's got to be one
of
two.
those two. All right, then we're gonna go to number one.
Number one.
Guys, ready?
No
Josh,
chance
this
to win.
is your chance to get on the
points.
board, not be
triple
shut
points.
out.
Triple points.
No,
Quadruple points for me to win.
we
Triple
don't do
points
it.
for me to tie.
We don't. I would only ever call something like that if I had called it before we started the game.
Or if
it's
he
not
was
fair
losing.
to change it in the missing.
Or yeah, that's true. Or if he was losing.
Well, like I'd be losing.
oh,
That hurt.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Number one, Beridian's ass, or Beridian's donkey. They said in the show.
Beridian's
Ass.
Beridian. I didn't even know a Beridian in science. Beridian. I have no clue. Dan, you have anything on this one?
I do not,
All right,
but I could swing a guess.
You can swing a dick too, baby. No, go ahead.
So
What
can
do you
that ass.
My ass? Okay, go ahead.
With a nice enough ass, it doesn't matter if there's a face attached to it. No,
That's an
there
interesting
was,
concept.
there was
Tell me-
literally
okay.
a joke answer.
Josh, is it like Schrodinger's cat? If the donkey walks into the desert, is it alive or dead? Nobody knows.
Oh, damn. First. Okay, no. Go ahead, Dan.
Nice.
Go ahead.
I'd said it already.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Were you looking at your phone?
No, I did not hear what you said. Say
I
it
think
one
you
more
thought
time.
he was joking that his joke was a joke, but his joke was a guess.
Oh, that was a guess?
But it was a joke too.
Oh, no, never mind.
I said-
okay, I
I
thought
said-
that was
I
just
said
a
if-
joke.
well,
and you
while
still
you-
had a guess.
While you're looking at the ass, the face is irrelevant.
Yeah, was that your real guess?
No, it was
okay,
literally a joke.
Then why are you looking at me? Why I didn't tell you whether you were right or not? So
I
you
can
were,
tell you how that's
waiting
not-
for me to tell you.
No, it's just because
Ron, inside joke. I'll tell you why that comment, as good as it is not true. Cookie Monster. Okay, do you remember back in the day? We've told the story in the after show. Cookie Monster was
See,
a nickname.
right now at this point, people think I fucked a Cookie Monster. That's what they're thinking.
We told the story in the
Yeah.
after show.
When we used to go to
strip
a-
club
what
girl.
was his
To the
day job?
gentleman's club years
was
ago.
gorgeous body,
Gorgeous
absolute
body, and her
drop-
face looked like Cookie Monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did
Except
it
for the-
matter? Did her face matter? Yeah, it did. It mattered.
it
It definitely
mattered in that
mattered.
case.
If you never saw it, it didn't.
No, then that's Benny Hill for you. When Benny Hill raises the curtain, this is a way throwback reference. Josh probably doesn't know Benny Hill.
Only because you've mentioned it before.
But when the curtain is raising on this really good-looking girl on the Benny Hill show, and then he gets to her face and she's broken, that's the Benny Hill effect.
Yeah, but like I said, if you don't ever see
Butter,
it,
Butterface. Yeah.
I mean, the face is
Butt
what
him
gives
face.
consent, so I'm going to see
Or
it.
what about
the voice is what gives consent.
All right,
bro.
that's a good point.
is a
The
guy
face can be very
All
misleading.
right, tell me about this donkey.
is a guy who has a butterface? Is that a buttim face? I was just wondering. Because that's what you're talking about, butterface. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, everything looks good, Butterface.
Yeah, exactly. But there
Or
should be
far
one.
from-
There
far
should
from
be one
girls.
for a guy too. We have to be fair. So
Now that's what they call a double standard.
okay, there you go.
Hey, that's kind of true.
Buridian's ass like I said, they called it Buridian's donkey in the show, is an illustration of a paradox and philosophy in the conception of free will. It refers to a hypothetical situation wherein an ass that is equally hungry and thirsty is placed precisely midway between a stack of hay and a pail of water. So that's why you started to for a second, Josh. When you first started your explanation, I was like, "Holy shit! I think you might know it," but then you didn't know it.
So, with what you've said so far, I am actually familiar with this
Yeah.
concept.
Since the paradox assumes the ass will always go to whichever is closer, it dies of both hunger and thirst since it cannot make any rational decision between the hay and water. A common variant of the paradox substitutes two identical piles of hay for the hay and water. The ass, unable to choose between the two, dies of hunger. The paradox
And
is
also still thirst.
the paradox is named after the 14th century French philosopher Jean Buridan, whose philosophy of moral determinism it satirizes. I said that right. Although the illustration is named after Buridan, philosophers have discussed the concept before him, notably Aristotle, who used the example of a man equally hungry and thirsty, and Al-Ghazali, who used a man faced with the choice of equally good dates. I don't know when it says good
But
dates.
no. Bonus extra points. I just figured it out. This is your twist. This is a bullshit.
I swear it's
bullshit
not.
concept.
Well, when I'm done here, just Google it. A version of this situation appears as a metastability in digital electronics when a circuit must decide between two states based on an input that is in itself undefined, neither 0 nor 1. Metastability becomes a problem if the circuit spends more time than it should in the undecided state, which is usually set by the speed of the clock the system is using.
So
What?
I
Is that why your
actually
computer makes that?
So what it's
Sound.
saying is it's there. What this is saying is there really?
I get the concept.
It's arguing against true free will, that if you're hungry and you're stuck right in the middle, you're not going to be able to decide which way to go, because there's if you're right in the middle and it's a burger over here, it's a burger over there from the same place with the same toppings, and you're right in the middle and everything's equal, saying that you just won't be able to decide which way to go.
Well, that's why in both life as well as circuitry, there are loopback failures in place to prevent that from happening. So you will not sit in an undecided state forever.
I think it's like the Bible. It's a metaphor. It's metaphorically applicable because humans have reason.
This
I
was
need to
making me
eat one of these
mad.
burgers or
Why?
I'm going to die, so you're going to pick one. Actually, as a human, you're going to fucking go get one, then you're going to turn around and go eat the other one.
Yeah, of
'cause
course.
you're
So would a
fucking
donkey.
human.
A donkey would go get one, either the water or the hay, and then go to the other item. It's just.
You're getting really worked up over.
A donkey.
I'm not really getting worked up. I'm not gonna like fight a donkey or something. I just
Why would you fight a donkey?
because why not?
Because he can't decide.
Yes, exactly. He's like,
So he's no different than when you ask your wife, "What do you want to eat tonight, honey?"
This one's really interesting.
Because
though,
I might
it's-
one day starve before my wife makes a fucking decision.
This one's really interesting because it borders way more into the philosophical than the logical.
It is.
The premise of it, and there's key words in there. If it's you need two things of equal importance and you need them in equal amount, and you are equidistant from both of them,
rewards are the exact same.
the reward is the exact same, and you need them like it is dire. Both of these things are needed in the same amount, in the same severity, and the effort to get one or the other is exactly the same. So the decision is impossible to make.
So I think in real world, right, if you took a human being and put them in that situation, they would absolutely make a decision.
Yeah.
The question is, what made them make that decision? Do they truly have free will, or did something else, some other kind of influence,
Wait, what? Now we're throwing
make them
in
make that decision?
well, theological influence or destiny or something.
The question is, what made them make that decision? There's really
Education. It would for a human being. Education.
what
would be.
if you were in that situation and you went to the left to the burger instead of the right to the burger, and everything was the same, and I asked you why did you go to the left, what would your answer be?
always go to the water
Yeah.
first. Always. You can live much longer
No,
without
I'm-
food than you can without water. So you always go to the water.
Okay, so the
That's
food,
the
water,
premise.
the
It's
food,
breakaway
but
from both.
But
It's
a donkey,
education. That's been taught
but a
to me.
donkey,
That's learned.
okay, a donkey doesn't know that. Oh, water helps me survive longer. I can go 9 days on without water.
Look,
and
I get
this,
it. I
that.
get-
So a donkey doesn't know that though. So I'm gonna take a human being, a person. Burger to the left, burger to the right, both from the same place.
Dude, this is a
made the
song.
same way.
Burger to the left, but burger to the right.
Everything exactly the same, equidistant, like Dan said, the big word there,
Yeah.
and all that. And you're stuck. You're exactly in the middle, and you're starving, and you got to pick one of them. What makes you decide which way to go?
And the premise is whether it's all it is food that you need or you'll die, and it's two sources of food that are exactly the same. Or if it's food and water, the premise is you are equally as close to death from starvation as you are from dehydration. There is no difference. Right? So you have gone 40 days without food and 3 days without water.
So in this case, both choices are wrong.
Both choices are right and also wrong. It's Schrodinger's donkey.
There you go.
It really is.
So I've been mad at other theories and like.
This is more philosophical than
This
science.
is
Understood.
science. This
well,
is
all
philosophy.
hypotheses are built into hypothetical, and I get that. I completely understand
It's
that.
I am, therefore I is, all over again.
The other one that gets me mad, and we've talked about this on the show, it has to do with the not the Great Filter, but the
Fermi paradox.
Fermi's paradox. I'm mad at that because it's brilliant, but I'm still mad at
Plus,
it.
it's not true.
Okay.
Plus, it's just wrong.
I'm not
Listen to my
familiar,
point.
so I
this
disagree with
probably
you.
could never be proven, so we could never prove this wrong. It might be impossible to actually prove it wrong.
Well, the other
You can't prove it right.
The
You
other
can't do
crucial
either.
point
yeah,
is a
you
donkey.
could stick a donkey there and see if he fucking drops dead after fucking 40 days because he couldn't make up his mind which way to go.
Well, the other crucial point
I'm
there,
sure people have actually done it and it never worked.
It is a donkey. The
Only
other
in
crucial
Mexico.
point to think is it
an
doesn't
ass.
have thought and reason to base itself off of. So if you put it between water and water,
Yeah, it
or
doesn't
water
know,
and
like I
food,
said, that
it doesn't
you-
know. It needs
yeah.
both. It says if I go for the water, the food might not be there. If I go for the food, the water might not be there when I'm done. And it's like there's a classical conditioning test of the monkey. They push a button, they get a treat. But it's not like they did this experiment over and over. Every time they push a button, they get a treat. Okay, they get a treat whenever they're hungry. They understand that it's always there. But then they varied the test, and they don't know how many times they have to push the button to get a test. That monkey will exhaust itself to death getting that treat.
Same thing when they hooked them up to give them orgasms. That's the weirdest science study I've ever read. They hook a monkey up to a button that gives itself orgasms nonstop, and it dies after like 72 hours of nonstop orgasms. Like an orgasm every 3 seconds. It's ridiculous. An endorphin rush led to the similarities
Yeah,
of an orgasm.
serotonin,
Yeah.
dopamine, suicide,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Wait, where do I get that button?
Right?
Way to go.
That's exactly. You can get that button at twistedten.com.
There you
See
go.
what I did there?
Okay, so I'm going to briefly.
Still mad at that one. But I
gotcha.
like it. Don't
I'm
get me
gonna
wrong.
go over
Don't take
quickly the ones that
don't take
are
my hate. But
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm going to
Like,
go.
I'm married. I can be mad at something and still like it.
Beridian's
that was great.
Beridian's ass was my favorite. Beridian's donkey. That was my favorite one. I thought that would get people going on it.
That was a good one.
I like
Yeah.
it, but I at the same time, it is the Fermi paradox of this whole show.
I guess so. Here's the ones that I wrote down and I didn't use. Like I said, Schrodinger's cat, because it was just, everybody knows that. Graphene. It was something I don't really remember.
It's a wave.
Yes,
It's a wave.
exactly. Right there, he nailed it. Taxay or Beam, which are companies that produce
Our old host?
that produce telepresence device. Remember the episode where Sheldon made a telepresence device trying to live to the singularity?
Yeah.
He wanted to get, he wanted to be stay alive till then, so he figured he had to be like 120 something. So he's trying to stay alive, so he was using the telepresence device. Super asymmetry. They spent like an entire season plus on super asymmetry, so it was just too much of an obvious one. Super heavy. No, not super heavy. I used that one. Can a computer produce true random numbers? From what I looked at,
I hope so. That's how we've been basing our Manscaped giveaways this whole season.
Yeah, it can't produce true randomness though. So I suppose that the computer has yet to been able to do that, which is interesting. So I thought
still has
that's an
rhythmic
interesting
patterns.
concept. I just didn't use it.
There's a cool company out of California that has come the closest that I've ever heard of, though. They're a company that does encryption, whatever, but they in their lobby in their building, they have a wall, and it's full of lava lamps. I mean, I don't know exactly how big. It's just say 10 feet tall and 20 feet wide, whatever. It's huge, all lava lamps. And what it will do is they'll be on and running and whatever, floating around. And when you go to pull an encryption or generate an encryption key with them, it will photograph the wall of lava lamps and uses that to
Ones and
generate
zeros?
its hashes.
Oh,
based
cool.
off of the randomness of this, whatever, 100 lava lamps or 1,000 lava lamps, however many. And that is what it bases the SALT is the technical term, but the encryption value that it starts with is based off of the photographs that it takes of all the lava lamps.
So
it uses reality is really what it is.
The
It doesn't.
computer's not generating that number.
So, but that's the closest is because it is generating.
What if it's just a gimmick, though? What if they really didn't use it and they just came up with a random hash? There you go. That's what that set of lava lamps meant. Never happen again.
Oh, it's Cloudflare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thanks, Pocket Asian. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Did you just say Pocket Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of our Discord.
I won't. You
Council
know
members.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
You can tell me later.
He does.
That was a list.
I love the list. That was a
fun.
fantastic
That
list.
was cool.
It didn't. The number one has me mad, but I like it because it got me thinking, and that was probably more important than getting me mad. It's just like Fermi's paradox, but that's okay. It was a fun list,
Yeah,
and you
good
tied it into
stuff.
Big Bang Theory for the inspiration. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was. That was like, it was just because I just always hear so much stuff. And I'm like, what's that? What's that? What's
You know,
that?
they give recognition to the shows of each decade because usually it's like at least over the last like 50 years, there's always been like that top show in the decade that got the attention. Like Friends was the one prior in the 90s or no 2000s.
In the later or early 2000s,
Yeah,
or late 90s.
that
early
was the
2000s.
show of the decade.
Prior to that, it was Seinfeld.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory had it for its run. Big Bang Theory was the biggest, most paid, biggest
comedy,
watched show.
sitcom.
Yeah,
definitely.
100%. So it got a lot of hate. That show got a lot of hate, but I'm standing behind it. I think it was good writing.
They
it's
worked
good comedy.
their ass off to be accurate with all of this type stuff.
You got to give them credit for the accuracy.
Psychology, the philosophy, the science. They worked
The
really
formulas
hard to
on
be
the
accurate.
whiteboards in that show were all accurate formulas that dealt with the topics that they were discussing at the time. Now, granted, nobody had any kind of breakthroughs in science formulas during the episodes. However, they were relevant.
They were basing it off current stuff. It
They
was
had
always based
actual
off current
scientists
stuff.
that would
Oh
write
yeah,
for them.
they had to. Oh my gosh, they had to. And then what's funny is the girl, was it Mayim
Balak.
Mayim Balak.
She is a real doctor.
She's an actual,
MD.
actual neurologist.
She's fucking batshit crazy.
Is she?
She's batshit smart.
I mean, she's
though.
batshit smart, but okay.
I know
batshit
she's
smart and
I just
batshit
know
crazy
she's a
often
vegan.
go
That's
hand in
all.
hand.
Fine line. Yeah, that's true.
This bitch fucking potty trained her kid from the womb.
How do you do that?
Well, that's impressive. What makes
Yes.
that doesn't make her crazy. That makes her impressive.
How did she do
¿Por
that?
qué no los dos?
I don't even. You know what? I don't even want to get into that. Because some other time.
It's super impressive.
She was,
it's impressive that
Punky
she's
Brewster?
an actress and
Yeah,
a fucking
and,
neuroscientist.
Was she Punky Brewster?
No, Blossom.
No, Blossom.
Yeah,
Isn't it the same girl?
No,
Okay, close enough.
no, it's Soleil something Moon is Punky Brewster.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Apparently, she
Yeah.
also developed a beef with Neil Patrick Harris because she didn't do a standing ovation at his performance of Rent.
MPH.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know who to side with on that one. That is a difficult one.
I always side with MPH.
I don't
on
do
anything.
standing ovations, so I would side with her. Because fuck that. I will applaud you and you will accept it. And if you don't like it that I understand, go fuck yourself.
All right.
It's like people that clap
Well, there
on
you
a
go.
fucking airplane.
Oh, because you landed?
Yeah. We didn't die. Yay!
Well, hang on. If there was a shitload of turbulence going on in the flight, I'd have been clapping too.
You're clapping for the bare minimum.
I clapped. I clapped when Rocky beat Apollo Creed in Rocky 2. Is that okay?
I cried when that happened.
Oh well.
I was
if he
6.
dies, he
Pussy.
dies.
That's Rocky 4.
I know, guys. I'm not. That was my only Rocky quote I can think of at this
And I
time.
pity the fool who don't know which one Rocky 3 was.
God damn it!
Dan got it.
Let's get out of here. Let's head over to the after show.
pity the
Anything else
fool.
before we close out?
No, just as always, thank you to the council members for supporting the show. Thank you to our council elders.
Congratulations to the winners. Yeah.
Yeah, to our winners tonight. T Thing 2110, Tycho, Louie, Regalia, Fluff. Sorry I left her name off earlier. I know you don't care, but my bad. And of course, to Truphonic for all of our tasty jams during the show, and to the show sponsor Manscaped.
And big thanks to Dan coming out, taking the crown back tonight, and letting us partake in his birthday present,
Oh my God, it's so
33-year
good.
aged whiskey.
Wait, did we decide the crown was up for grabs on this?
Well, it was official.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got it.
I did. I mean,
You
I
got it
thought-
back.
I thought
game.
this was unofficial, but either
No.
Yeah,
way,
he thought it
thank
was in
you
an exhibition match.
Josh, you want to
From
do
the-
the honors?
From the bottom of my heart, thanks for letting me win again, guys.
Discord crown for.
Oh, yes, yeah. I'll
I
get
actually
it in
had the
next week.
crown, so I'm bequeathing it back to you, sir.
You do be a queef.
I bequeath it to you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening. We're going to go do the after show now. If you want to know more about the after show, head over to twisted10.com. You can find the links to become a council member or our very exclusive keychain receiving council elders. If you know, you know. On behalf of the show this week, I'm Adam.
I'm Josh.
I'm Dan.
And to our host, who brought a fantastic list tonight,
Ron.
we'll
You
see you guys
bequeath
next week. Bequeath me next week, Ron.